The world of entertainment lost a remarkable talent when Anthony Head passed away at the age of 72. According to his family, the beloved actor died peacefully from complications related to pneumonia while surrounded by those he loved most. The news sent shockwaves through Hollywood, the British television industry, and millions of fans across the globe who had spent decades watching him bring unforgettable characters to life. Yet as tributes continue to pour in from fellow actors, friends, and admirers, many people are discovering that Anthony Head's greatest legacy may have had very little to do with fame, awards, or even the iconic roles that made him a household name. Instead, it was the kindness, wisdom, and generosity he quietly shared throughout his life that left the deepest impression on those fortunate enough to know him. For many fans, Anthony Head will forever be remembered as Rupert Giles from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. As the wise librarian, mentor, and father figure to Buffy Summers, he became one of the most beloved characters in television history. His calm presence, intelligence, and compassion made Giles much more than a supporting character. He became the heart of the series. Even decades after the show's original run, fans continued to celebrate his performance and introduce new generations to the character that helped define an era of television. But behind the scenes, many of the qualities audiences admired in Giles were qualities Anthony Head carried with him in real life. Following the announcement of his passing, countless colleagues began sharing stories that revealed a side of Anthony Head many fans never had the chance to see. Again and again, the same descriptions appeared. People called him kind. They called him generous. They called him patient. Younger actors frequently described him as a mentor who was always willing to offer guidance or encouragement. Crew members remembered his respect for everyone on set, regardless of position or status. While many performers become known for their accomplishments, Anthony Head became known for how he treated people. That reputation followed him throughout a career that lasted more than 4 decades. One of the most touching aspects of the tributes came from former co-stars who spoke about the personal impact he had on their lives. Sarah Michelle Gellar, who worked alongside him for years on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, shared an emotional message reflecting on their friendship and partnership. Other cast members described him as a source of stability and support during both professional and personal challenges. Their words painted the picture of a man who cared deeply about the people around him, and who understood that success meant very little if it wasn't accompanied by compassion. What many people may not realize is that Anthony Head's journey to international fame was far from conventional. Before becoming a television icon, he worked extensively in theater and music. He developed a reputation as a talented performer long before American audiences discovered him. His distinctive voice, stage presence, and versatility allowed him to move effortlessly between musicals, dramas, comedies, and fantasy productions. Throughout his career, he refused to be limited by a single role or genre. Instead, he embraced every opportunity to grow as an artist, constantly challenging himself and surprising audiences with his range. In later years, Anthony Head introduced himself to an entirely new generation through his role as Rupert Mannion in Ted Lasso. While Giles had been wise and nurturing, Rupert was charming, manipulative, and often frustrating. Yet Anthony Head brought such depth to the character that viewers found themselves fascinated by every scene he appeared in. The role served as a reminder that even after decades in the industry, he remained one of the most talented actors of his generation. Critics praised his performance, and audiences once again found themselves captivated by his ability to command attention whenever he appeared on screen. But perhaps the most remarkable part of Anthony Head's story was his dedication to family. Despite spending years working on major productions, he consistently prioritized the people closest to him. Friends often spoke about his devotion to his daughters, Emily and Daisy, both of whom followed him into the acting profession. The bond they shared became evident in the statement released following his death. Their words reflected not only grief, but also immense pride in the man he was and the example he set throughout his life. They described it as an honor and privilege to have witnessed firsthand the impact he had on so many people. Many fans were also saddened to learn that Anthony's passing came only months after the death of his longtime partner, Sarah Fisher. For decades, the two shared a life together away from the spotlight. Friends described their relationship as one built on mutual respect, loyalty, and love. The loss of both figures within such a short period added another layer of heartbreak to an already emotional story and reminded many people how fragile life can be. As news of his death spread around the world, social media quickly became filled with memories from fans. Some shared favorite scenes from Buffy. Others posted clips from Ted Lasso, Merlin, and countless other productions. Many simply thanked him for the joy and comfort his performances brought into their lives. What became clear was that Anthony Head's influence extended far beyond the entertainment industry. Through his work, he helped people through difficult times, inspired future performers, and created characters that audiences will continue to cherish for years to come. There is often a tendency to measure a person's legacy through achievements, awards, and professional milestones. Anthony Head certainly had those. He built a career spanning television, film, theater, and music. He achieved international recognition and earned the admiration of audiences across multiple generations. Yet the stories shared after his passing suggest that his true legacy lies elsewhere. It lives in the encouragement he offered to young actors. It lives in the friendships he maintained throughout his life. It lives in the respect he showed to colleagues and fans alike. Most importantly, it lives in the countless people who became better simply because they knew him. As the entertainment world continues to mourn his loss, one thing remains certain. Anthony Head was far more than an actor. He was a mentor, a father, a friend, and a source of inspiration to millions. His performances will continue to entertain future generations, but the kindness and humanity he demonstrated throughout his life may prove to be his most enduring gift. Though Anthony Head is no longer with us, the legacy he leaves behind continues to shine brightly. Every time a fan revisits Buffy the Vampire Slayer, watches an episode of Ted Lasso, or discovers one of his many other performances, a part of that legacy lives on. The characters may have been fictional, but the impact he had on real people was genuine. And in the end, that may be the greatest achievement of all. Rest in peace, Anthony Head. Your voice, your talent, and your extraordinary spirit will never be forgotten.